Good afternoon. It's Robert and Julia Miller with the J. Patel Group and Rethink Real Estate with another exciting real estate update.
Episode 29.
See, I had no clue what episode it was. I told you I'd start forgetting and never.
It was like 5 episodes we started counting. How could you already forget? It's a weekly thing.
I can barely remember my phone number.
Whatever.
Well, I hope everybody had a fabulous week. It was gone in a flash for us. So.
It was, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Quick week. But.
Not as busy as they have been. A lot of people, a lot of winter visitors are going back home.
Yep.
So we had to say goodbye to some good friends.
Yeah, our Canadian friends made it safely and through
negative testing.
Pretty stringent process that you got to go through to get back into Canada. So they made it through that successfully and are back home in their own.
And we had Canadian clients close today, so they'll probably be here for about another week or so, and then probably have to go back. My guess. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, as always, we'll start with a joke.
Start with a joke. Do I get to go first?
Again? You got to go
Ladies
first.
First.
Okay. Beauty before age.
So I replaced my cat box with a FedEx box. Now when it's full, I just tape it shut and put it outside and wait for somebody to steal it.
Ah.
That's not real.
That's bad. Wow.
You got one better? I don't have a backup this week. Sorry, folks.
Oh, I got a backup for you.
Okay.
That wasn't that bad.
Okay,
It was just a little...
Yeah.
Talking about cat boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if you answer the phone, hello, you're on the air. Most telemarketers will hang up very quickly.
Nice. That is a great idea.
You should try that.
That would save me $5 on my call screening that I have through Verizon.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I got another one. I feel sorry for people who don't have dogs. I hear they have to pick up food they drop on the floor.
It's true, right?
When we had Bella, we never had it.
You don't, yeah,
there
you
was
just
no
something
crumbs,
dropped. Oh
nothing,
well, yeah,
anyway.
the dog will find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we have the cat, and the cat's like, you don't expect me to pick that up, do you?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. You gave him healthy cat food, and he ate everything around the peas and left the 2 peas.
Yeah, his new cat food actually has whole vegetables in it, like pieces of whole vegetables, and there's peas, and he refuses to eat the peas. He eats the food off of it and leaves the pea in the bottom of the bowl. Yeah.
Spits the pea out.
Doesn't like peas, apparently.
That's funny. All right, this week in history, 1997, Tiger Woods wins his first Masters golf tournament, April 13th, at the age of 21.
I remember that, yeah. We were just married.
Yeah, and he was on a very rapid pace of major victories. It looked like he would easily get past Jack Nicklaus, but unfortunately, with a recent severe car accident that he was in and the damage done to his legs, I just personally...
He already had back problems.
And he already had back problems, had multiple back surgeries. I feel like his career may be over, and he's going to peak at 15 majors, which means Jack Nicklaus is going to remain...
Still hold the record
champion at 18. And honestly, the competition, back in Jack's day, he had Arnold and Gary Player, and a handful of guys that were at the top of the leaderboard every single week.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore. I mean, there are any given week 150 different guys who could win a tournament.
Yep.
So
we always like watching the Masters every year.
That's my favorite. Well, British Open too. I love the British Open. That's fun too. But anyway, so. Moving on.
This year, there were some young pups in the final rounds. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It was 3 or 4 of the young guys.
Yeah, right to the end. And nerves of steel. None of them were shaken up at all. They were just wow. It's amazing. Okay.
And the first Japanese, I think, winner.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. Don't ask me.
It was Hideki.
Yes.
Matsuyama.
Yeah, there we go.
Good job.
We got it.
Okay, moving on. Enough golf talk.
Okay.
1992, Disneyland Paris opens April 12th.
Yes.
And I heard instead of funnel cakes and ices, they serve eclairs and wine.
They do not.
No.
Well, maybe. I don't know, but.
Mickey Mouse ear-shaped eclairs.
Right, yeah. Totally.
I'm making that up. 1970, after an onboard oxygen tank malfunction, Apollo 13 returns to Earth safely. Thank goodness it returned to Earth safely.
Yes.
Why they ever sent one out,
The
numbered 13, is beyond me. Even cruise ships, they have no floor 13.
Except for the ones that are for the European sailings, it's floor 17 because 17 is their unlucky number.
Oh.
They have a floor 13.
But no 17.
No
and
17.
We have 17s and no 13.
Right.
Okay.
So.
Good to know. 1947, Jackie Robinson of the Dodgers becomes baseball's first black player, April 11th.
Jackie Robinson Day was yesterday, right?
Yes, Jackie Robinson. Yeah. Everybody wore number 42.
Number 42. And that's been retired across all the teams.
Yes, nobody can wear 42.
Yeah.
So, obviously, this was a few weeks into the baseball season. Mm-hmm. So, do you know where he played his
I don't.
minor league ball up until then? He played in Canada.
Wow.
They were much more tolerant and less risk of him being harassed and discriminated against in minor league Canadian.
Okay. Wow, I did not know that.
When he got here, he knew he was going to just go through heck, and
he did.
so they didn't want him to have to start it there
He set
already.
a wonderful precedence, though, and opened that door. So.
1912, the legendary Titanic sinks during its first voyage, April 14th.
I think we've been on the sea during that time. It's always kind of eerie, you know. Yeah. So.
1892, on April 12th, voters in Lockport, New York, are first in the U.S. to use voting machines. I wonder if there was a voter fraud outcry.
Probably.
You think so? Probably 1892. A machine's counting it? Yeah. Probably was really suspicious then.
It was very
even more so than then.
controversial, I'm sure. Yeah.
1865, shot by John Wilkes Booth. April 14th, President Abraham Lincoln dies April 15th.
Yeah.
Finally, 1689, William III and Mary II are crowned April 11th as joint sovereigns of Britain. Long live the monarchy. Okay, economic news. Markets cruise forward. The S&P 500 stayed near closing record highs last week after mostly rosy February economic news.
Okay.
Cruise line stocks, near and dear to your heart, were buoyed by new announced departures.
Yes,
there are some. Right?
There are some departures. Yeah, June.
From the U.S. in June. So.
Well, no, not from the U.S. From the Caribbean.
Well, they're already cruising in the Caribbean. You just got to go to the island.
You have to fly to that island.
But I think they're talking about like out of Florida in June, in July.
There's anything out of.
We'll see. We'll see.
We are going to start doing weekly updates on our cruise channel. Speaking of that, on Sea Days. So if you have any interest in that, check that out. I can link that for it in this video too.
Okay, awesome. And Treasury yields were mostly calm on Monday morning after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell reiterated the central bank's commitment to loose monetary policy in a Sunday TV interview. You're not going to let inflation scare them into any knee-jerk reaction as of right now. Housing news. Home prices in seasonal towns, we happen to be one of those. A lot of snowbirds come to Arizona for the winter, where second homes are often located, rose faster than in other areas during February. About 19% compared to 16%. 3% higher year over year.
Stands to reason.
So this is obviously an indication that second home buyers are pushing prices up for locals. Sorry about that. Full-timers. That is according to Redfin.
Yeah.
During the 4-week period ending April 4th, asking prices and pending sales flattened, suggesting home buyer demand and sale prices may be peaking. And we've had kind of a little crystal ball discussion about that, and it's my opinion that we're going to see a slowdown.
Just a leveling too, a slowdown of sales, which is fine, back to more of a healthy pace, or regular pace.
Well, I think pricing has got to peak. It can't keep appreciating at the rate it is. Normally
it needs to kind of level.
Real estate's a sound investment that you should expect 6 to 6.5%, 7% appreciation every year.
Right.
But 20% is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable. Yeah.
So I think we're going to peak, and I think we're going to see some flattening and some waning of the buyer demand. I think buyers are at their breaking point as far as paying a lot of money for some pretty mediocre homes.
Yeah, we had a couple buyers say that this week. They're like, what I'm seeing is not what I want to pay that much money for.
Right, exactly. That's exactly how they're putting it. That's well said. So
those are nice places, but not really what I'm looking for this much money.
Right,
so
exactly.
They've decided to wait.
So I think we may even start, at some point. I mean, I'm going to go over the inventory, but we're going to see a little bit of a jump up. I'll go over that with you. Okay. In a recent survey, and that was by Redfin, by the way, in a recent survey, 61% of respondents said it is a good time to sell a home, up from 55% in February. Half of the respondents think home prices will move higher in the next 12 months. I disagree. While only 14% think they will decline, while 29% expect no change.
What was this? Who was the survey sent out to? Just general public kind of thing?
It's from the Mortgage News Daily. So it was probably to their mortgage clientele, I would assume.
Okay.
All right, regulatory news. This is interesting, and it'll be something we want to watch if this goes through, because this could have a lot of impact on home values, depending on how this is structured and where they're located. And anyway, here's the crux of it. Apartment incentives. President Joe Biden's infrastructure bill includes local incentives to allow apartments in neighborhoods now restricted to single-family homes. Roughly 1 in 3 U.S. households spends more than 30% of their income on housing, according to Harvard University's Joint Center for Housing Studies.
That's always been a measurement. Reuters, yeah. That's always been a measurement that we use when looking at tenants is, well, what's the income requirement? And it usually is a third. So 30%.
But we're looking for where,
But yeah,
where are the houses going to come from? Where are these people going to live that keep coming in and there's no houses to buy, and rentals are unbelievably scarce.
Tough and hard, and
where are these people going to live? Well, that's one solution, is apartment complexes, but you got to look at long term. What's the long term going to affect? What's going to be the
What's it going to do to surrounding property values?
Property values right around it, parking, traffic. There's going to be a plethora of issues related to that. So that'll be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
All right, that's your news for this week.
All right.
Let's take a look at rates real quick.
Interest rates.
30-year actually dropped a little bit, 3.199.
All right.
15-year, 2.512, and VA is at 2.773. So those are actually down a little bit.
Just a little, yeah.
Inventory, valley-wide. Remember, we actually have been under 4,000 this year.
Oh, yeah.
We're at 4,904. So we're almost back up to 5,000. Not that that's anything monstrous, but it's definitely trending in upward and more options.
Okay, that's good. We could use some more options.
Peoria is not trending upward. They're at 138. Still above 100, but
yeah, we were at 150. We've been around 150-ish.
Yeah, still dropping a little bit
Okay,
there.
still dropping.
And Surprise, 133. Another very hot market over there.
Yeah.
Okay, locally, Vistancia Village has 6 homes available, ranging in price from $380,000. That's a townhome.
Yes.
Those are single-family detached, by the way. They
Yeah,
do not have a party wall.
It's not actually a townhome. We say that every once in a while.
It's a cluster home product is the official name
shared
for
driveway product. Yeah.
Right.
So the nice thing about it is low maintenance. You don't have to maintain your yard. You have a little side yard.
Right.
And some of them are larger than others, and it's nice because that's all you have to worry about.
Yeah, and you common area maintenance, and there's 2 additional pools besides the 2 pool centers at Vistancia that they also get to use. And I think it's $67 extra HOA.
Yeah, Primrose Estates and Acacia Grove. So they both have their own pools, and there's a hot tub. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one of those available at $380,000. The highest home is $835,000. That's over 4,000 square feet. Pool, hot tub, the whole bit.
The whole bit.
Monstrous lot.
Okay.
Portobello has 4, ticked up a couple.
Okay.
388,000 to 610,000. Sun City West has 47 homes available, 175,000 up to 650,000. Sun City Grand under 20. Wow, they have 9,800 homes there, and they only have 19 available. They have 1 of their condos available at 185,000, and then the highest is 636,000. Finally, in Trilogy, we have 7 homes available. The most affordable is $449,500, and the most expensive home is $875,000.
I notice you don't report on Blackstone.
I just keep forgetting.
Oh,
I'll do that next week.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of inventory there.
Yeah,
it ranges from about 2
I did
to
check this week. I think it was only
2 to 6 homes. Yeah, 2 to 6 homes
yeah.
available, depending. So, but it'd be interesting to know
I'll
those
add that.
numbers too.
I'll add Blackstone Country Club next week.
All right.
Okay, that's it for the report.
Special, yeah.
Nothing to report this week. Okay, so everybody have a great weekend, a blessed week, and we will see you again next week.
See you next week.
Ciao.
Kept calling it something. Oops. No yawning.
Sorry. Remember a joke?
Yeah. That's what took me a couple
Funny one?
minutes. Hopefully.
I'll laugh even if it's not funny, just to make you feel good.
A little closer to me, huh?
Sure.
How's that look? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Is Jack going to make an appearance just as we get going?
Well, I opened the back door hoping that it would distract him.
We'll see.
Put you on the spot there about the Blackstone, didn't I?
That's okay.